Now, student organization COSAS has vowed to intensify its efforts to close down schools this week. On Friday, its members removed pupils from several schools in Bloemfontein, Botshabelo and Welkom. Those were all out in the Free State. Now, the organization wants all pupils and teachers to be tested for the coronavirus before they can even go back to school. SABC News reporter Palesa Moeti does join us then from Botshabelo in the Free State to give us an update in this regard. Palesa, thank you so much for your time again then. Certainly the update a little bit earlier was for students, for pupils as well, to certainly get a whole lot of testing. A lot of those pupils even worried about their own health at that point in time as well. Still a sentiment being shared right now?
Definitely, Arabile. The learners are definitely worried about their safety. They're also worried about their academic careers, of course, but their health, they say, comes first. Teachers, mind you, are also quite worried. They're actually very relieved. We've heard teachers saying that they're quite relieved that they can go home and wait to hear what the outcomes is. So there's definitely a concern from all corners. Parents as well. We've spoken to parents and they were saying that actually they expressed mixed views. Some parents were saying that no, this 2020 academic year should completely be scrapped. Some parents were saying that children should go back to school because in any case, when they're at home, they are busy playing in the streets. So mixed sentiments from parents, but a relief from learners as well as teachers.
Palesa Moeti, thank you so much for that. It certainly does get very difficult. The question also then, I suppose, at this point is, are health officials knowledgeable of how things have gone thus far, and what have they said, particularly in the Botshabelo area, as well as Bloemfontein as well, and Welkom, which of course we've made note of today. Have health authorities made note of this? Have education authorities perhaps also come in and said we may need to pause the school year for quite some time to come?
Well, at this point, the only confirmation that we've had is that there's going to be a meeting between COSAS and the Department of Education on Thursday. That meeting will map a way forward, whether schools will continue or whether children should go home. But what I can tell you is that in the Free State today, at this point, there's 5 schools that are under investigation. 3 of them are in Bloemfontein and 2 are in Qwaqwa. And of those schools, 4 of them is in fact teachers that have had symptoms and they now have to get tested. At one of the schools, 15 learners were sent home last week, or rather were sent to Palesa Hospital. They were referred to the hospital for testing because they had symptoms of COVID-19. Those results we are hoping we'll hear today from the Department of Health. But that is the state of coronavirus, if we can say that, in schools here in the Free State. 5 schools under investigation. 2 schools have actually had positive confirmation of COVID-19 in learners. And I must indicate that both those learners from those 2 schools are learners that stay in hostels that are from outside of the Free State. One is from KZN and one is from Gauteng. So that is the state of health here in terms of coronavirus in schools in the Free State.
Thank you so much for that report then out, of course, in Botshabelo, out in the Free State then as well, giving us a sense of where that story is going. Hopefully, health officials will be able to give us a clearer picture on where things are going as well then, as health authorities in the area too, as well as education authorities as well. Let's move